Good day, everyone. I guess we can say afternoon, even though it's 4 minutes till noon, according to my computer. My wall clock says it is noon. So I guess it depends on which clock you're looking at in my house to what time it is. Okay, so we're going to say noonish. What all you're going to need today is your bag of whatever you put together from your paper pad kit things that we did a few weeks back. And I forgot to do the stupid thing again. And 3 envelopes and cards. So that's what I've got here. And I'm going to tell you about those in just a sec. All right, so that'll quit zippity doo dah back and forth. So these are from Michael's. Recollections is Michael's brand. But these are, I think, A2 sized cards. Looks like 4 by 5.5 is the card size I have. Now, if you don't have these cards, but if you have old greeting cards, you can use those with their matching envelopes. So you don't have to go out and buy pre-folded cards, pre-scored cards and envelopes. You don't have to do that. I'm just doing it because I have a ton of these that I bought on clearance when I worked there. And I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to use this stuff up. So we need just 3 of those. All right, so you need 3 of those. You need your goodies from I've got the card stock in there and the different things and washies and all the kind of stuff that's in it. These are all kind of a black, white, and gold collection of stuff. But first we're going to construct this little journal. And what you have to do, the first thing is take your cards, fold them if they're not folded. And then I want you just to slide one side of it in, just like this. Okay. So they're like this. All right. Then we're going to start with just 2 of them first. And I have black cardstock too for mats and stuff. I hope you can see even with my crazy background. I can put a piece of cardstock down to kind of cover that mess so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to just grab a piece of blue cardstock and lay it down here just so you can see. That's better. All right, so you've got your cards pushed in. One side is pushed into your envelopes. I want you to take them. So here's one. Open the flap. Then you're going to take this other one. This is the bottom of the envelope. And I want you just to lay it kind of on top of there. Hold it down here and see if this will close over. All right, yeah, and that'll close over good. So you want to fall short if you need to, and you're going to line your edges up here and here. If you need to, you can take a pencil, which I don't have, of course. I thought I had everything at hand, but of course not. If you use a pencil, you can erase it, but you can come out a little ways and just put a little mark there and there. Just so you know not to put glue down in that crease. All right. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to use a combination of double-sided tape and my Scotch Quick Dry glue just for stability. Hi, Nettie. Hi, Janet. Hi, Angie. And I saw Teresa. Hi, Ruth. So I'm going to just put this on the edge, right over the adhesive. We're not going to put any DNA on this little flappy journal here. And this is going to be kind of a little journal that you could slide inside a larger journal. So this could be like if you're traveling, you could make a bunch of these and then make a journal with pockets that these could slide in. And then that way, like if you were going on an excursion or whatever, you could take a picture, maybe a group shot of whoever you're with, and you would have that as your focal image. And then you'd have all these other places that you could take other pictures, or maybe pick up a paper menu. If you stop somewhere to eat, you could pick up the paper menu and that kind of stuff. This is just a way to collect memories of short trips, is what my whole goal of this was. So now I'm going to pull my tape all the way off. And because I put the pencil marks on there, I know you don't want to push your, when you put this on, you do not want this directly in that fold, because you need it to fold over each other. In fact, you could come farther back away from the fold even if you wanted to, in case you wanted to make sure you have room for it to grow. So I might come back away from my mark about 1/8 of an inch, even farther, just so that I have room. And I'm just going to put some glue in my middle triangle here. And I'll take this one. This is the bottom of the envelope. And I'm just going to lay it I'm doing about 1/8 of an inch away. And then we'll just lay it down. And because I've used the tape as well as the glue, the tape will hold it in place. Okay. So this will fold over this. You can probably see where this is going now. All right. So this is created. You can turn this over and burnish this nice and smooth where you glued this on. I don't know why I'm hoarse. Let me get something to drink, you guys. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so you've got one card and envelope, one card and envelope. They're attached with the flap here. All right, go ahead and close that, set it over here. Now, we've got our other set here. So here's the card in the envelope. See how it goes in? Go ahead and close it. Take this one, turn it so the flap is facing what you just did. And we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to take this whole thing and lay it on here. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and make sure this closes over. And it's okay if it does this. These do not have to be even, because you want to have room. And this time I'm going to leave this out, maybe 2/8, 1/4 inch. Because I want to have room for this to get a little pudgy if it wants to. So again, I'm going to put adhesive and glue on here. All right. Oh, I want to make sure I'm coming back farther. Hang on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Almost messed up because I want to come back farther. Because I want to make sure I'm about 1/4 inch. And if you need to make a mark, I'm just eyeballing. Feel free to make a mark with pencil because you can erase it. I'm going to pull this tape off, maybe. Got quite a few shadows going on here today. Maybe if I move my light this way. No, that made it worse. We'll shut some more of the outside light off. I'm going to have shadows. It's an overcast day. All right, so I remove my tape. I'm going to put some glue inside my little triangle. I just want this to stay stuck together over time. And I'm going to bring this. You got to make sure that the top and the bottom are across from each other. I need to turn it just so I can see. All right, so I'm going to go right there. That looks about right. And just stick it down, and then this will close over this. So there we go. So you should end up with something like this. And you'll fold the one with the card this way in, and then this way in. All right. So did everybody get that? How we attach these together? We see what you guys are saying. Thank you, Janet, for asking for the thumbs up. Hi, Janet Nash. Hi, Safia. Hi, Carol. Hi, Gail. Okay, y'all can see all right. All right. Yep. Okay, Gail, that's fine. That's fine. I just changed to this midday because more people can come during midday. Hi, Brittany. I'm scrolling back to say hi to people. I'm just seeing if I missed anything. Hi, Mary. And Angie's here. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. This is awesome. Thank you. All right. So we've made our book. Our book is done. No, we're not done. So you've got your trifold here. Again, this whole idea is for a daily thing, but we are going to decorate this one. But if you wanted to stop right now and just use this as a urban sketching book, you could. We have an additional flap here. We got to figure out what to do with that. We could almost attach something else to that if we wanted to, because we've used, you know what we could do with this? Watch this. Let's pull this card out, and we can take and tuck this one inside here. The only problem is we've got that stickum on there. How can we get rid of the stickum? We could cut it off. We could just cut this flap off. I'm leaning toward, let's put a little washi tape on here, and then we'll put some adhesive on there, and then we'll tuck it in, and it'll just have a little washi inside the envelope. We can do that. That'll cover that adhesive, and we won't have to worry about it then. This is not very good. I'm going to fold this back so that I'm working just on this, and I'm going to put some glue on here. I'm trying not to get glue on the blue paper because I might want to use that for something else. I just want this to be kind of hiding here. Uh-oh. See, this tape is really cheap and cheesy, so it's not very good. I could just fold it to the back, but I think I'll trim it off. I'm just trying to cover the adhesive. You can do, if you wanted to just use paper, you could. I just got this bright idea to use this washi tape because, hey, I'm trying to use the washi tape up too. All right. There's probably another way to do that. That's just the way I'm going to alleviate that problem. All right, and I'll put some piece of double-sided tape just in the middle. And then I'll run this along this edge. And then the trick's going to be is getting this down in that pocket on this envelope. Come on, get in there. All right. All right, and then this card will go back in there. Make sure I haven't squeezed any glue out. That wouldn't be good. All right, we'll stick our card back in here just so you can see that it goes back in. All right, so we should close and close. Uh-oh, we have a problem. Why aren't you closing? Oh dear, you know what? It made it harder to close. There we go. We'll get that. We'll get it fixed. Because I've added that other piece of paper, it stiffened the fold and it tried to move. It tried to move the fold. So you'll have to re-burnish that fold on that envelope. All right, so now the card should go back in. The tape may be an issue. I probably should have used paper, but it'll be all right. All right, so now it folds and it folds. There we go. And remember, these don't meet on these two edges. They don't meet. They overlap a little bit. All right, we fixed it. Yeah, I've never been to the inside of a, I've got a ton of washi tape. I never use it. All right, so we've got our little book. We took care of that added flap that was flying up. Looks like I'm going to need to cut some of this tape free, but we'll worry about that when we get back there. So if you go ahead and close your book, turn the whole thing over. All right, this is where our two flaps meet, so you know exactly where the center is. So now get you some ribbon. And this is it navy blue or black? Hard to tell. I'm going to put enough on here that I can make a nice bow and it'll go around. I need something that'll cut fabric. And I'll tell you how long of a piece of ribbon I have here. So I've cut off, it almost looks like a yard. Oh, I don't have it in my hand. That would help, wouldn't it? I got about 30 inches of ribbon here. I can trim some off if I decide to later. I'm going to fold the ribbon in half to find the middle. And I want the shiny side up. And so the center of the ribbon we're going to put on here. And we're going to put a piece of double-sided tape. It'll start a 1/2 inch in from this edge and a 1/2 inch in from that edge. All right. So I'm just going to put a piece of double-sided tape down. So about a 1/2 inch in through the middle and then stop about 1/2 inch away from the edge. All right. And we'll uncover that. I got to quickly find the middle of my ribbon again because I dropped it. And I can't tell if there's one right or the other. So I'm going to put that right on there. All right. So this will be the back of your book. So if you want to put a piece of pretty paper on the back, you can. And I'm just going to measure each time because of folds and flaps and stuff, the size may change. So this mat, I'm going to cut at, let's see, it comes out at like 4 5/8. So I'll cut it at 4 3/8. Make sure it's 4 3/8 by 5 1/2. 4 3/8 by 5 1/2. If I don't write it down, I'll miss it. All right, so I'm going to pull my paper out first. I've got stickers and stuff, but all we need right now is this paper. I don't need this butterfly at the moment. All right, so I need paper that's going to be in the right orientation. We've got some tags there we can stick in as well. So all of my papers are oriented the wrong way. This one could go either way. So I could cut this down and that could be my back. This will go either way. That'll go either way. This technically needs to go up and down this way, either one way or another. But why not be able to use it that way? And I've got scraps. We'll throw those back in. This is oriented the other way, but we can use portions of those. Now this one, we probably have enough here. This one we might want to use on the one that's on the very front, because then you could write in here what this little journal is about. So this will be our cover. And I have another one of those that maybe we'll use. And this one would probably do a nice mat. We got some more of the butterflies, more of this. And now we got some birds that we can probably use. All right, we've got a variety. So I'm going to do the back cover with this black. I might have enough in the 6x6 pad because I had 2 different pads of the Mariposa. So I think I'm just going to use this. We'll just set those aside. All right, we're done with the ribbon, so I can put the pin back in it. Just set it aside. I'll have a mess before this is over with. All right, so I'm going to cut this one at 4 3/8 because I want to go ahead and cover the back of the journal, and then we'll flip it over and start from the beginning because we're on the back now, and I don't want that ribbon to escape or anything. So we need it 4 3/8. 1, 2, 3. By 5 1/2. And I'm going to put that on the back. And I'm just going to try to center it. Hi, Barbara Clark. Hi, Marty. I'm waiting on Chinese food to be delivered. They at first said it would be here by 12:10, but then they changed it to 12:30 or 12:45. And I bought a ton of tape because I knew we were going to be doing these projects. Now, if you wanted to do one of these up for each holiday, so say you wanted one for Halloween and you have Halloween paper, you could make a Halloween one, and then you could make a Christmas one, you can make a Thanksgiving one, and then somebody could have a binder of that year's holidays. You could include all of the holidays and maybe make them a box that would hold all of these, upright. That could be fun too. Or just get one of those decorative boxes and they could put all of their holiday memories in it. I'm just trying to think of gifty ideas as well. Hi, Roy. So here we go. And these are a nice size for holiday memories or traveling memories. don't know which way's up. And I'm not going to ink today. We're just going to just cut and stick down because I want a quick project today. And centered, kind of, sort of. All right, so there's the back. Like so. And we'll flip it over. Here's our front. And we were going to use, where's that one? We were going to use this one on our front. Now you can tell that this mat size needs to be different because it doesn't go the full width. That's why I say you really ought to measure. Every time you're going to do a mat, you need to measure where you're going with it. So this one's 4 3/8. So we'll do this one at 4 1/8. So the front cover for me is 4 1/8 by probably the 5 1/2. Yeah. So the front cover needs to be 4 1/8 by the 5 1/2. And I'll just cut this to the 5 1/2. I'm going to cut the top of this off so I have all of that pretty bit that's at the bottom. And then 4 1/8. Like so. Keeping the bits because you never know. You might can use them. And if you want to take the time to ink, you feel free. All right, so we'll stick this down. I like to put one across. You don't need to, but I do it. You could say I like to waste tape. That's what my grandmother would say. You sure do like to waste tape. Everybody hates opening my gifts at Christmas because I tape them good. Hi, Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Society. I'll get it. Janet says, put the kettle on. Marty's here with the snacks. All right, so here we go. This will be our cover. Eyeballing again. Hoping I got it pretty good.
Now that I'm an adult, I can waste tape and run with scissors with a total abandon.
You go, boy.
And do as I please.
All right. So now when we open this up, we got to move our card out the way. But this envelope right here shows right here. So I want to make sure that this mat here kind of goes with what I have on the front. I could do more of the butterflies if I remember right. We have more of those butterflies, but they're on a black background. That could look cool. And you can audition your pieces. Just slide a piece in there and see how it might look. That might actually look pretty good. So again, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to measure where the mat's going. I don't think we need to worry about measuring the up and down so much. So that'll always stay 5 1/2. But these are going to be all over the place. All right, so this one will be another 4 1/8 because it's a 4 3/8. So I just need to cut this to the height I want. And then the 4 1/8. Wrong way, Becky. 4 1/8. And 5 1/2. When you don't ink, it saves time, but you get an entirely different look than if you took the time to ink it. So that's why I say I'm leaving it up to you. All right. We'll glue that on there or stick it down. The ribbon's not going to work as double-sided tape no matter how many times I reach for it. It's just not. Now, if you want to not use one of the cards and you want to save one of the envelopes just to stuff memorabilia in that you don't want to stick down, you can do that. Entirely up to you. I just thought I'd say 3 cards and 3 envelopes just to say it. And I am pulling all my tape off when I probably shouldn't. All right, so this all right. I got to do something about this. I got to do something about this right here. It's driving me crazy. See if I can cut that tape off without cutting the cardstock or the envelope. I probably could have tore it off, but I kind of want a smooth edge there. All right. All right, so we've got that. So when we close it now, did I glue it on upside down? No. It's where there we go. It's where I put that tape on there. You'll have to watch for that. It wants to fold tight against the envelope in there, not where it's supposed to fold, even though I have burnished the daylights out of it. All right, so this would be your little book like this. And then you tie it up. Yeah, you tie it up if Becky could tie a bow. Fingers are not working today. So see, that would be your little travel journal. But we're not done yet because we have other things to do in here. How about that? It stuck right down to that blue paper that I didn't want it to. There we go. Now it's stuck to me. Let go of me. All right, so now we've opened it. Now we have here. And what I was thinking of doing is maybe put on the fronts of these, just put black cardstock as a mat, and you would put your photo here. And then on the inside, you could decorate a page with your pretty paper, or on the inside of all these. See, I'm not going to decorate the back of it. That'll stay like this. But I was thinking if we put a black mat here, put your photo here, then we could put like regular writing paper in here, like notebook paper pieces in there that has the lines, and then you could write on it and then slide it back in. So you'd have a picture and your information inside. I don't know what to do here. We might just adhere maybe something else, a little tag or just some decoration. We'll see. But I thought about that. If we put picture mats here and then some place to write there, we could do another mat here, but just don't put any adhesive on the top of it. Let's do that. And that'll give us a place for 3 photos on the fronts of the cards. On the inside, we'll leave places to write. We'll put some writing paper in there. Even plain white cardstock in there if you're good about writing with no lines. But if you wanted to make this like a little art journal, you could do art directly on the cards, or you could do it on something else that's kind of the mat size and stick that in. But I'm thinking put a picture here, then put our paper to write on here and here, and then we'll do another picture mat here. So you'd have 1, 2 pictures for every envelope. So you could put 6 pictures and then write in here as well. So let's cut some black mats for the fronts of these cards, just so you know this is where the pictures go. So these need to be cut at 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. And if you were giving this as a gift, I would suggest taking Post-it notes and I would write 3 1/2 by 5-inch photo on the Post-it, and I would put it on there so they'd know what size photo will fit on that mat. All right. So let's cut three mats at the 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to do, let's see here, 5 1/4. 5 1/4, and I'm sorry, Tippy's in the litter box digging to China. And 5 1/4. Then I'm going to take those, stack them together, and cut 3 3/4. I'll set those aside, and I should have, no, I need to cut it again. I'm not thinking clearly. 3 3/4 again. All right, and so I'll have an extra mat, but that's okay. That might come in handy in a bit. All right, so we'll pull this back. And I do think this is navy blue and not black, but it's going to have to do at this point. So these will go on here. All right. All right. So for me, it will be easier if I pull the cards out so I can see the edges than trying to do them stuck in there. And we'll go ahead and finish all of the cards real quick. I'll get some writing paper. I have some. Oh, that's something. I guess it doesn't matter because you can turn these. I was just thinking I probably should do these one at a time to make sure I'm putting this mat on the right side of the card. I really wanted this to be a way to record your adventure. He's trying to get to me. Oh, he's digging to Nettie's house. Oh, that's not straight. All right, so I'll slide that one back in here. All right, so this one. So even if I did it that way, you could flip it this way and put it in because it's just black cardstock. But if you're using printed paper, you might want to see how it lays into the pocket so you're not putting your paper on upside down. Because, see, I have to put this on with the card facing that way. But that's okay. It can flip when it's black, but if you're using pretty papers, you might not want to do it that way. This one I'm going to do my trick of just taking this part way off so I have a little bit more time to get it placed. Christina Werner is who I learned this from. She does cards. She does beautiful cards, and she does all this fancy lettering on the front of her envelopes. So pretty. And that one will go back in there so you can see how it's going to look. And so your pictures would be here. So you could put 3 fun pictures on the front. This one will go the same way. I thought I had ordered blades, but maybe I didn't. Scott's got something he wants me to order on his wish list. So maybe I'll throw some new cutter blades in, because this one's getting dull. Making scratchy sides. Yes, it is a different time. It definitely is. I grew up with my grandmother who did the whole you make do or do without. So, and I'm just trying to use up what I have here. And because you don't have to glue these in, they slip in and out so you can utilize them. So this one will go here. All right. So now I'm going to cut some mats the same size out of just regular notebook paper. And I'm just going to put this in here. Now, if you don't want to do notebook paper, but you want to make this like a urban sketching type thing, you could cut your pieces to this 3 3/4 by 5 1/4 and just keep them separate. Do your art on them and then glue them in here. So if you wanted to add urban sketching papers, you could. But I just wanted this one to be more of a memory keeping thing. We're going to finish with these, and then we'll worry about this part right here. Okay. So we're going to set that aside. I'm going to get regular notebook paper if I can remember what I did with it. I also have graph paper. Let me see. I gotta move my carts. That's what's good about the carts, is they have wheels and they can be moved. Oh, I need white paper. White paper. What is this? Well, this is quad ruled. I don't really want quad ruled. I want notebook paper. Ha-ha. Very ha-ha. Ooh, these. I want these. Instead of notebook paper, I have these giant index cards that I think, let's see what they measure. And we got to make sure the orientation is the right way, because you want this way. So the narrowest measurements, the 3 3/4, needs to be this way. And then it needs to be 5 1/4, which this is just 5, but that'll be all right. So if we take this out, you could put this in here, and that'll give you a place to write. All right, so I'm just going to cut. I need 6 of these total. So 3 3/4. I just think these would be nicer to write on than paper in there. And since it's something else I have in my stash that I want to use up, I'm going to do it. Now, see, I could have stacked 3 of these together and cut them 3 at a time. But, what's the fun in that? Let me see what you guys are saying. I saw my name there. You talking about me? No. Yeah, Scott read an article somewhere that said when the young people inherit stuff, like from their grandmother or something, they just get a U-Haul truck and they take it all to Goodwill and just get rid of it. They don't use that pretty hard solid wood. They want IKEA, so it all matchy. Our house is not the only thing we've ever bought brand new for ourselves was my dining room set. That's it. The rest of our house is stuff we've thrifted, were given, picked up off the side of this road where it was in the trash, you know. All right, so I'm going to put this so it's the even amount of space from the fold and the edge and the top. And I'm going to just leave a little bit wider down here, thinking maybe we could put maybe some of our scraps at the bottom like this. Or if you wanted to, drop it down and put that at the bottom, and then you could put this at the top. You know, so you just have to play that out on whatever this kind of looks like it's a notebook in here, which I kind of like that. So I think maybe I'll do that instead and just put a little strip of paper at the top of each one of those. Don't you think that looks cute? I do. So that's what we're going to do. So we got to glue all of these in here, inside here. Uh-oh, where's my tape? I just have. Tippy! Stop it. They've all had the zoomies and the wildness. New bathroom, Becky. What? Ah! Netty. And remember, I'm not going to do anything to the back sides of these cards. I'm just going to put this in here. You're being a naughty boy today. I'm going to send you to Nettie. She can have you. They're all full of the beans. I just don't know what to do with these cats today. They're just crazy. I ought to turn the air off. Just open the porch so they could zoom in and out freely. I think it's cool enough to do that. All right. I'm putting the red line at the top so it looks very notebookish. I'm going to go ahead and put all the tape on while I have the tape in my hand. I probably don't need to put this much tape on it, but you know. Now, if you don't want to add like papers and things, if you have stamps that kind of go with your paper, feel free. If you got washi, use your washi. I could use washi at the top of these, but I really like the idea of putting the paper up there instead. So say you wanted to do a generational book, you could get some pictures of that person, or if you're doing, get the pictures of grandma, great grandma, mom and daughter or whatever. Then you could open it up and let people put what their favorite memories are of the people. I'm just throwing out ideas. I have ideas. Oh, boys. Last night, Callie had her fill of the boys, and she beat Tippy up bad. She made him cry. It was almost like, I'm going to tell on you, Callie. You hurt me. Told him he was being a drama king. You were being a drama king. Oh, that was Howard. Sorry, Howard. I know, this is so much fun watching me put tape on paper. Woohoo! I'm just kind of winging this project. So that's why you're getting it like this instead of in a video where I've taken the time to edit and all that stuff. Yeah. Howard, what are you doing? He's found a piece of release paper that missed the trash can. He thinks that's the best toy ever. And let's see here. Oh, I didn't get it very straight. I don't know if maybe the card's not, because it looks, well, I don't know. But it's going to have to stay. It's on there. What is it? Dee Dee's always saying, if it doesn't look right, turn it upside down and you'll see exactly where it's wrong. Marty, you crack me up. Oh, goodness. I am going to try to get them at about the same height on the bottom across here and the top. All right. And then we can take some of our leftover bits here and just do a little strip at the top of each one. And this was 3 3/4 wide. I have a bunch of strips in here. These are just leftover strips. I'll just cut some of these. I guess I want them all the same size. Let's see. This is about a 1/2 inch. So I want 1/2 inch strips to go at the top of each of these. 1/2 inch strips at 1/2 by 3 3/4. Oh, Tippy, quit digging on the chairs. So that'll go there. Oh. Thank you. I'll eat after we're done. All right, by 3 3/4. All right. I just think that looks like little notepads. Oh, what is... I don't know what that is, Janet, but they're saying not to show it. Oh, it's Chinese food. Yep, it is. We got hot and sour soup and Szechuan pork. I do have some 1/2 inch tape over there I could be using to make sure it's all stuck down. All right. Oh, these are cute. I like this. I like my own ideas. Isn't that great? So say you had a 3-day weekend. You could take a group shot for each day, and then in the evenings you could sit down and just make quick notes about what you did that day inside here. And then when you got home, you'd have this remembrance. All right, so now we got to do that 2 more times. All right, so here's our little book thing, and it will go back in its pocket here, like so. All right, so we need to do that again, and again, and again. No, just once more, twice more, twice more. So I'm leaving this in the orientation that it goes in the thing, because it'll open backwards because of where it is, because I want to make sure the red line is at the top of my page. I want to make sure the orientation is correct. Hi, Shannon. Shannon, your cards went out on Monday, and I can private message you the customs number, because lately the customs forms to anywhere, it seems, when I pay for the priority, which they make you do anymore to use the forms. And I tracked the book I sent to Janet Nash, and it told me it was in London, but she didn't get it until 2 days after it had gotten to London. It said it was at a sorting place, and then it had another article popped up on the news blip about it, or something about that place had trouble with mishandling mail, and it was in y'all's news. And I was like, oh, please don't lose that book. Because Janet won my hidden comment giveaway. I find things, and then each month I'll count up my videos. I'm going to sit down for a minute. I count up my videos, whether they're lives or freestanding, for the month. And then I get Scott or Greg to pick a number of whatever the quantity is. And he'll pick a number. And then I'll go to that video and I will put it in the YouTube comment picker. And it chooses a person to win whatever I have set aside. I think this month is going to be some handmade items. You are so welcome, Janet. Now, inquiring minds want to know what Sam is building. All right, do I want to use this? I have a bunch of this paper. I could use the same paper throughout, or do I want to mix it up and use maybe some butterflies on this one? I think I do. So I'm going to cut some 1/2-inch strips. Oops. 1/2-inch strip and a 1/2-inch strip. And then it is 3 3/4. Well, that's Scott's phone. I'm not going to worry about it. I think he's in the back shaving. Yeah, I like those. And this will get some more interest throughout. I have a bunch of postcards. Some I made with Mary, and some I've made with Janet. And I don't know if Janet Nash wants every single one of the cards I make with her. So I was thinking I might just, if you want a postcard, leave me a comment under this video, and I'll send out postcards until I don't have any postcards. I think I got 3 from working with Mary on the Double Dirty Dozen. And then I have, because I've used one of those, because I got 4 out of a 9x12 sheet. And then I have 4 that I made with Janet. Keeps it from being all same old, same old. All right. And what I'm thinking now, I have another thought brewing in my head. See, I'm just trying to make sure they're close to being at the same height, you know, across the top here. All right, I got that one a little off, but it's not too bad. All right, and see, I closed it like that because you normally would, but it needs to close this way to fit in our little journal. And see, I like the idea of having a place to write notes. And then not everybody has to see what you wrote. I mean, they can just look at the pretty pictures. All right, one more. And again, the card needs to face to the left. And these need to flip this way. So they're right way up. And then we've got this little piece here that it's just in the wrong orientation. We might cut a little sliver off a different paper. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Dawn Boss. How are you? How long have we been on? An hour. So this is a real-time video. So if you've sat through it all, thank you. Oh, that one shifted. See if I can still lift it up. Yeah, I still can. That's the good part about leaving the release paper in place for a little bit. All right. Let's see what we've got in this other paper. Because the skinnier pieces will work. Let's see, we used the butterflies, didn't we? Yeah, we used butterflies. See, here's that piece I was thinking of using on this one. Let's just cut a 1/2-inch strip. Oh, I didn't mean to boop y'all. You've been booped.
Booping happens.
Here's a 1/2-inch strip. And a 1/2-inch strip by 3 3/4. So that one will go right there. And this one will go here. So we'll have a little bit different bits. Mix it up, like Marty said. Mix it up. Oh, Mary Lou's been thrifting again? Yep. Mary Lou's going to have some goodies. Mary Lou shares what she got at the thrift store in Ian Lahr's Craft and Chat that we do on Thursdays. And we got to meet Roseanne. And thank you for coming and hanging with us, Roseanne. And we saw Creative Trish one time. But Trish, we haven't seen you lately. Because once you come by, you're part of the gang, and you have to peek in every once in a while. We really enjoy getting to meet everybody. And we've had as many as 8 people in the Craft and Chat. And just a reminder is nothing's recorded in there. Nothing is recorded in the Craft and Chat. And Roy, you need to stop in and visit with us too. Nothing's recorded in there. It's just for us to have time to hang out and, craft together. And we brainstorm things, like we'll be working on our own stuff, but you'll have someone there that you can get input from, which is kind of fun. And if you're shy and you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to be, but we would like you to at least say hello. You don't have to go on camera to say hello. You can just turn your mic on and say, I'm here crafting, but I just want to hang out quietly. And we're all good with that. Yes, Roy did pop in once or twice. I think Roy's been a couple times.
Hello.
Oh, today is National Thrifting Day, according to CBS News. We don't have time to thrift today unless I go by myself, because Scott's got to get to the old workhouse, as you say. And he was saying how much he would love a good soak in the tub. So my tile man needs to get on it. Mother's here?
Yeah, there's an incoming Polish clearinghouse.
Oh, my Lord. I told her it would probably come today. Oh.
She's a honky.
She's a honky. If you don't show up instantaneously, she'll be banging on the door next thing. Yeah, this is navy blue. I wish it was black, but sorry. Color issue when it comes to navy and black. So there's that. All right. But we're not done. Wait, we're not done. Remember, we have here. So we're going to put a mat here for another picture, but we're not going to put any glue in this area. We're going to put the glue on the envelope. So let's see. We need 3 mats that are, we don't want these to come all the way to the edge. So 4, I'm going to do 4 by, should be 5.5, was it? Yeah, 4 by 5.5. So I'll cut 3 mats for there. So if I do 5.5, because I need 3, I'll go ahead and cut. Almost goofed up. 5.5. And then I said 4. So there's 4 and 4. And you can tell it doesn't cut very good in one direction. Let's take it out and flip it around and see if this will be better. All right, so we'll get our little book back. And I'm going to put this on here. But again, you don't want to put any glue up here. So that's why I say put it on here. And if you need to, lay your mat on and do some pencil marks that you can erase so you know where to put your tape. So if I'm going to put a little mark there, and one there, and one there. So I know to stay within those. So I will put a piece right on the edge of this envelope, but not all the way up here. Come in to where it's starting to dip in, because you don't want to add anything else to bind, because we've had a binding problem already with it binding, not as in binding the book, but binding catching. All right. So this one's really more of a photo or art type thing here. Let's see if I can do this by taking all of the tape off. You reckon I'll mess it up? If I do, I can fix it, I think. And I think for added stability, I will put a little of this Scotch Quick Dry on here. All right, and I've got my little marks. There, need to come out a little bit farther. Here we go. Erasing my pencil mark there. All right, so now you have another place, and this still can come in and out. All right, so you have two places there. And this one will go here.
Always worried to death about being a bother.
I know. Again, I'm going to put a little pencil mark on. It helps me get it about right when I put it back on here. All right. Oh, thank you, Nettie. I've got little bits of paper everywhere. Put a little glue on here. This quick dry, Scotch Quick Dry. It's pretty good about not making it. I've not had a problem with it warping the paper like regular Elmer's glue. Okay, then I'll erase this. I really don't like pink erasers. I like those white erasers because the pink ones have a tendency of smearing the pencil instead of really erasing it. All right. One more. All right. You guys got any other ideas that somebody might utilize to use something like a book like this? You could also, if you wanted to, after you get your mats in here, you could add little strips across your mats, like midway, and just make it go from edge of the card to edge of the card. And then that way, when they put their picture on, you'd still see a hint of the print. That's just an idea. I need to make you a cotton robe for situations where you need to run out to get with Mother for Publishers Clearinghouse.
Didn't come in post good enough. Everything else is set.
I know, bless her. We need to go to lunch with her one day. She really wants us to. I know you don't care for going to lunch, so I'll take one for the team. I'll take her to lunch.
Yeah, but it'll be somewhere bland.
I know. She can't handle the hot food, honey. She's almost 95 years old.
There'll be some cafeteria.
I know you don't like cafeteria food. Hi, Kathy Whitney. What did Gail say? I want to make a multi-layered card for my grandson's birthday. Cool. Now, in my group recently, I posted a kind of a card or envelope layered page that was really quite interesting. Nettie says, hi, Scott.
Hey there.
He's getting ready for work.
Howard's telling me goodbye. He's enjoying work.
Yeah. He said, don't get eaten by the predators, Dad. We need you.
Remember when I went to Boston and the cats were looking for me?
Uh-huh. Different set of cats. I do like putting the little pencil line to help me. And then I erase it.
Somebody wants you to find it.
Yeah. All right. So now you have room for 6 pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can write notes. And you still have room in your pockets if you wanted to slip something flat. So you close the left side in first and then the right side over it. Now, if we want to, I have other things that we could add to this, but I really like the simplicity of this. And then if you leave it simple, then whoever uses this comes across things. Now, this could be fun. I do have this washi tape I just spied that has cameras on it. How cute would that be? Wish I'd put it on there before so I could cut it flat. So that's an idea for the next time. So if I was going to use this washi tape, I should have put it on the mats before I stuck them down. Let's see, what else do I have? I have some moths that don't really show up. I could put some of these little butterflies on it. This could be cute. See, I could hide a little butterfly inside each of these cards. Let's see how they work. Okay, let's just pop these butterflies out here. These came from Tuesday morning, I think. And I'm not keeping any of that. But they're pretty. And we could put one on the front. So let's see. Close your cards. Left and right. Put a little butterfly on the front.
I got a tail wrap.
Ooh, that looks pretty. Because that really kind of goes with it. All right, I've got that one and I've got this one. I like that one, I think. We're going to glue this one on here. Thank you, Janet. And Janet was in yesterday in the art hangout. I did an impromptu art hangout yesterday in Ann's group. That was fun. We had fun. All right. This stuff usually really grabs really quick. See, if I put these on here, though, it will be hard to put the picture on. So what I think I'll do is I'm just going to put, let's see. We've already used one kind of in that color. I've got one of those. What's this one here? There's a white one. Got one of those. Got one of those. That one. All right. These I'll put back in my collection. And then these I'll send along with this. So if you guys want a chance to win this little book that I just made today, put a number in between 1 and 100. And I put the start in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this little book and I'll put these little guys in a little Ziploc bag and send it along with them. In fact, I'll set those in the Ziploc bag. Let's go ahead and my bow's not very good. I'll improve the bow. Of course, whoever gets it's going to have to oh, it is there. It's just folded up. I thought that butterfly looked funny because one of his tails is up there. So if you want a chance to win it, just put a number in between 1 and 100. Get one of my little baggies out here. Is that everybody that wants a chance? And like I said, if you don't want to put pictures in it, you could do art and you put art on the mats and then you could write the details of when you did the art or where you were when you did it or a quote. You could use it as art and quote book. And this will just fold down and stick. Here we go. And I think I'm going to put these index cards back in here because we might do an index card project with whatever's in here and the next time. I'm just cleaning up real quick while y'all get your numbers in. And I will see, I still have a ton of this paper left, so we can definitely do something with those index cards. And this should mail in a large envelope pretty easy. Is that everybody? I'm going to put the stop in. All right. Shannon, I'll let that one go in because you probably crossed with me, but that's the stop now. All right, Scott, give me a number between 1 and 100.
81.
81, Scott says. Who's closest to 81? I think it's Shannon for Barbara.
Got my work costume on.
So the winner was number 81, whoever's closest without going over. And I think it's the number Shannon put in for Barbara. All right. So Barbara, chicken pot pie, this little journal is yours. Oh, do I have Barbara's address? I think I sent you something. Let me see if it's in my YouTube address book real quick. If not, I'll get with her. She's probably in one of the groups too, isn't she? Oh, I've got it. She's in Winnipeg. So, yep, I got it. Barbara chicken pot pie. All right, guys, that's me for today. I hope that was a quick enough project. I'm trying to think of projects we could do in no more than 2 hours. So I'm going to start looking for different things on the internet and see what I can come up with. I'm going to let that butterfly get good and dry before I pack this up. Yeah, she's a Canadian. I'm going to slide this in this first pocket. The butterflies are in here if she sees this. All right, that way they won't get crunched if they're inside the journal. And if you have an idea that you would like for me to do, leave it in the comments below. And remember the importance of leaving comments and thumbs up and all of that, and subscribe. I can't tie a bow worth beans today. So there we go. Bye, guys. I'm going to go eat my lunch now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.